E aí, tudo bem? Multicast aqui, simuliza mais um vídeo e vamos continuar aqui com Alan Wake, cara. Atravesse as ruínas da montanha. Os caçadores de Wake para encontrá-lo no posto de observação de Mirror Peak. Wake chegou à montanha e se dirige ao posto de observação. Ok, cara. Não sei se é uma boa continuar lendo isso, mas é rapidão, então vamos continuar. Porque eu sei que eu tô jogando seguido, mas nem todo mundo é o caso. Mais sinalizador. Mano, no jogo tá dando muito recurso esse sinalizador, velho. Não sei se era pra ser assim mesmo, ou se tá tipo fácil demais, ou se vai vir um boss. É que o jogo na real não tem boss, né? Tem um monstro mais difícil. Caralho! Aí é foda, hein? Toma. Caralho, triple kill, moleque. Vai, recarrega. Toma. Vai, só falta esse corno aqui. Toma, toma, toma. Isso aí, cara. Com o poderoso Alan, ninguém pode. Ah, realmente foi fácil aqui, cara. Tipo, tinha monstro pra caramba, mas... munição do rifle de caça. Mas, embora tivesse muito inimigo, a gente tava contando recursos que nem teve graça. Eu usei pistola de sinalização ali como se não fosse nada, velho. E tava claro que esse chão ia cair, tá? Fui nele por ir mesmo. Eu sei que podia dar a volta ali, cara, tava óbvio, mas... né? Deu um save aqui. Cara, tem alguma coisa pra cá? Ah tá, é o colecionável lá, né, que eu tinha esquecido. Cara, o Alan ele é meio bundão, né? Dá pra Dá pra pular esse muro fácil aí. Dá mais pra um homem adulto. Cara, é muito chata a corrida do Alan Wake.
I could see Cauldron Lake. I thought I could make out the spot where the island and the cabin had been. There was a light near it. It had to be a boat.
Tá, bora lá então. Nossa, queria correr um pouco, mas...
I was close now. I had to get there fast. I dreaded what I would find.
Wait! That you? Wait!
Hey, I'm here! I'm coming!
No! Get away! Sorry! Please, lady! The boss didn't know who he was messing with! I didn't know! I swear, I didn't know! We don't have a wife! We don't know where she is! She's probably drowned! We just said we had her to make her way along! You see? They got a writing for us! Please! Please! Oh, I'm sorry! Please, don't hurt me!
Tá, isso foi um pouco bizarro. Então, cara, eu tinha noção de que a esposa do Alan não ia estar com eles, mas não esperava que a revelação fosse ser assim na cara de pau. É. Alan ali parece que lembrou de algumas coisas, o maluco salvou ele, ele teve sorte de pegar o sinalizador na hora certa e aquele maluco lá se ferrou finalmente. Fim do episódio 3, pensei que não ia acabar também, né, meu?
Previously on Alan Wake.
Ah, não.
Hunted by the law.
Vamos ver, vai.
Are you seriously telling me that writer just took out my deputies?
A thriller I supposedly wrote is coming true. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I was told that Alice had been kidnapped, but that was a lie.
We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is.
Her purported kidnapper was eaten up by the dark presence before it attacked me.
Episódio 4, é verdade. Então agora sim nós teremos revelações.
Shh, baby. It was just a nightmare.
Alice. There you go, Alan. Hartman, I fell.
I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period.
What?
Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now. The shock of your wife's death triggered a mental illness.
No, you're lying.
You're suffering from various symptoms of undifferentiated schizophrenia.
Bastard.
It's okay, Alan. Just let go.
Ah, a gente não tava no hospital.
I felt groggy. Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else. Someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think. Couldn't focus.
Ok, então... Mano, a gente tá muito fudido nessa história, né? Ninguém
The
acredita no
door was
Alan.
locked. I was a prisoner here.
Tá, tem que esperar o maluco, então? É, exatamente.
Good evening, Alan. Are we feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah. I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the message. Loud and clear.
Why, right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good.
Já pensou se, tipo, a história fosse que o Alan realmente tá vivendo o livro
There's
dele?
for patients. Most of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip, except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course.
Se o Alan tá vivendo um livro dele... Ó, isso aqui parece com um bagulho da Alice, que ela costumava pintar, né? Se ele tá vivendo um livro dele, ou se ele tá, tipo, realmente esquizofrênico.
I specialize in treating artists.
I bet you do.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together. This way, Alan.
Ursinho. Tá, cenário totalmente novo. Vamos, tio, vamos, não tem um dia todo não. Caramba, velho.
Now, Alan, from past experience with you, I know I need to get right into the heart of the matter as quickly as I can after an episode. So I'm just going to say this. Alice is dead.
No.
You're in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped, and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you. We go this way, Alan.
I wasn't ready for another shot, so I went along with it. He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
It's all in your head. You've been making it up. Apart from the tragic accident with your wife, no one has been killed. Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth. Unless we fight the fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically.
É, cara, mas olhando por esse lado, tipo, e os outros malucos que morreu? Porque, tipo, eles morreram, né? E duvido que tenha sido a gente que matou, se fosse realmente isso. Tá, aqui não dá pra entrar. Esse provavelmente vai ser o último vídeo que eu gravo hoje, mano, porque, cara, eu tô com sono. Uma dor de cabeça. Nos olhos. Inclusive, eu terminei de ler pela primeira vez Harry Potter ontem, velho. Nossa! Caramba! O primeiro livro, no caso. Vou começar o segundo hoje ainda. Tô com todos aí. Agora eu já conheci essas diferenças dos livros, mas tipo... É porque eu levava assim spoiler, pesquisava, mas é realmente mais diferente do que eu pensava, velho.
Cauldron Lake spread below us. I could see Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast.
É, cara, a previsão do tempo nunca acerta, né, mano? É incrível. Tem previsão do tempo que, tipo, é em tempo real, tu pesquisa no Google, tem uns sites que mostram a temperatura atual e, tipo, tá errado, tá ligado?
Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with. After all your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the illness.
I let him talk. Hartman obviously loved his own voice. His words echoed madly inside my head. I dug my nails into the palms of my hands to stay focused.
You need to work with me. Once you accept that, we can begin the journey towards your recovery. Come along.
Impressionante que o Alan também não troca de roupa, né? Nossa, aquele cara ali assobiando no meu ouvido.
Here's the entrance to the office wing. It's for staff only.
Scary, scary, scary.
Oh,
Tá
hello.
pintando aí,
I've
caralho.
painted you.
Okay.
Meu retrato, caralho, meu retrato é... Tá feia a situação aqui. Nossa, a gente vai até que não tinha nada. Foi só essa bizarrice mesmo.
Mr. Wake is confused enough as it is.
Yeah, you'd like me to go away so you won't be scared. But you can't just decide what kind of dream you have or when you have it.
Emerson,
Okay, sorry. Boo.
O cenário do jogo é bem completo, cara. Eu acho isso muito bacana. Tô explorando pra explorar, cara, mas não acho que deve ter muita coisa aqui não. Ah, ele tem um gerador, dá pra ligar?
Hartman had mentioned that the power had been acting up. Maybe that was the reason for the generator and the work light on the balcony. The generator hadn't been activated, and there was no key.
Tá, não tinha chave. Em cima, realmente parece que não tem nada, deixa eu só ver do outro lado. Tem uma TV aqui que infelizmente não ligou sozinha do nada. Cara, eu acho muito crueldade esses tapetes de animal, velho. O cara mata o urso e pega a pele dele pra ser um tapete, mano. Isso... Não tô dizendo que não pode, tá ligado? Porque a gente come animais no dia a dia, mas matar por decoração eu acho muita sacanagem, velho. A propósito, dizem que carne de urso é muito boa, mas que é muito difícil de fazer, né?
My rheumatism's killing me. There's a storm coming. Oh, what a storm.
I hope it wipes this place off the face of the earth.
And these two are the Anderson brothers, Odin and Thor. They had a, how should I put this, a heavy metal band in the 70s and 80s called Old Gods of Asgard. They even adopted new first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark.
Tá, e aí?
I'm so sorry to cut this short for now, Alan. The power has been acting up. I'd better go check on it. We'll continue this soon. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room and try to write. It really is for the best. Don't you think?
I'd like to bash his head in with a hammer. Oh, he'd love to fish out our secrets, but he has no clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny. Yeah! Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
Zane! You're all right, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's got to go to the farm. The Anderson farm. Valhalla! We wrote it all down, lest we'd forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message. Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
Ok. Vamos lá então, deve ser importante.
Zane could feel the poems, taking form, shaping things. As he experimented, he imagined he could almost feel the power surging through the keys of the typewriter. It exhilarated him. But there was fear, too. If not for his young assistant Emil, he would have given it up. But Emil convinced him otherwise. He too had a way with words. My head was clearing up, or according to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy. I was convinced he was lying to me about everything. Crazy or not, the Andersons made more sense.
Tom, got any booze on you?
Yeah, no. Sorry,
We have a
guys.
stash of the special stuff at the farm.
Tá, então
Our
acredito
own
que o nosso próximo
formula.
objetivo vai ser a granja, né? Bom, mas esse vídeo ficou longo demais já, eu acho, cara. Então, mano, nem tô vendo o tempo dele. Deve ser tipo uns 30, 40 minutos, se duvidar. Então, eu vou ficar por aqui. Espero que vocês tenham gostado do vídeo. Se inscrevam, deixem seu comentário. E esse episódio que eu tô empolgado pra jogar, cara. Então, vamos nessa, né? Partir mais uma. Notcast falando, Notcast vazando. Falou e até a próxima. Fui!